Welcome to Africa Speaks of today. My name is Stephen Malindra, and I do hope that, as usual, you have a wonderful time, whatever you're doing, wherever you are. Now, what have I got in today's Africa Speaks? A very interesting person is here with me today, and this person is very interesting because I really, really want you to listen to what he has today to say, because it's to do with the elections in Uganda in 2 years' time. Now, 2 years' time, but elections in Uganda are 2 years away. But already, those who want to take part in it are lining up. Mark that. Among them is the president's son, General Muhoozi, who has been campaigning around the country for months. Will the father and son stand against each other for the highest office in the land? That's in Uganda. Will that be possible? Okay, nobody knows the answer to that, but it promises to be one of the most interesting elections since Uganda got its independence from Britain 62 years ago. The National Unity Platform, NUP, led by Robert Kyagulanyi, is the leading opposition in the country, and one of its aspiring MPs, James Muga, is here to tell us about the party and about his hopes and what he hopes to achieve when he gets into office. Mr. James Muga is a broadcaster with Connect Radio here in UK. Please, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Stephen.
Yeah. Right. You're trying to aspire to be a member of parliament in 2026. Why do you want to be a member of parliament with all the hassles in Uganda in being a politician?
First of all, let me take this opportunity to say hello to your viewers.
Yeah.
I don't know which camera is this one.
Yeah.
This one.
No, that one. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm very happy to be here today.
Yeah.
First of all, I've been following your work. Thank you so much.
Okay.
It's a wonderful job
Yeah.
you're doing to the community.
Yeah.
And I think it's very, very important to take it forward.
Yeah.
Going back to your question,
Yeah.
why should I go to politics now? Stephen, we have a long time to go back when you're talking about our history
Yeah.
of politics. Politics has changed.
Yeah.
Politics is changing. We have seen politicians who are professors dancing on the streets now with the young kids. We have seen young individuals coming into politics from different backgrounds. If you compare all this, it shows you that for some reason people have lost hope. At the same time, people are changing their understanding of politics today, believing in themselves more than thinking about politicians who are professors or doctors and that kind of caliber when you're talking about politics.
Yeah.
So I'm coming to politics with a big hope that I will add a voice to those voices of hope to Uganda, and especially a voice of hope to my area where I come from, Bukuya.
Okay.
I come from a place called Bukuya. Bukuya is a gold town of Uganda. It's not talked about.
Gold. You got gold there?
Yes, we've got gold. Yeah, but we're talking about this region where it's not reachable. Yeah, it's not passable.
It's not accessible at all. Yeah.
It's not accessible. Roads, you can't access these roads at all. But we have got gold. So in this way, I want to talk about the hope of our people. They should not lose hope. You're allowed to lose energy, steam, but you shouldn't lose hope. Yeah. If you talk about gold in Bukuya, there is a policy, and there is a law, the Mining Act of Uganda, and the policy of the Mining Act, the policy of mining in Uganda at the same time. It gives the government 80% ownership on all minerals coming out of the land.
Yeah.
At the same time, it gives 13%, rather 17% to the local government. Let's say Kasanda, it's our district.
Okay.
And gives 3%, which gives
to the local area,
to the landlord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's say we've got different mines in our region. Talking about Chisita, we're talking about a lot of regions. We've got about 5 of them. If we only got 17% for the local government, our roads could be passable. Let's say a road from Nyans to Bukuya through our Bukuya to Chiboga, that gives hope that somebody who is engaged in agriculture, he can get his produce on market.
Okay.
Yeah. All the percentages I'm talking about, our people, they are green about this. They don't know that they are actually entitled to these percentages. If only we got, let's say, 10%. I don't know whether you've got a fact checker on your phone. I don't know how much is a kilogram of gold at the moment.
I wouldn't be able to tell.
So such percentages, I'm talking about, that's the hope of Bukuya. We need somebody who understands these figures and the policy to demand. Bukuya is not a poor place.
Okay.
We are rich, but these guys have taken even 150% away from us. They've taken the land. When you talk about the Land Act and the Mining Act, rather, when they brought it, the formators of that Mining Act, they intended that whatever percentage comes out of this the gold mines should improve the livelihoods of the people. And the people who are engaged in artisanal methods of mining, they should be improved. There should be a legal way how to mine and the way to market their minerals. But the government has not done that. Even though the policy is there, even though the Mining Act is there, but they have taken even the land. They've chased away the boys away.
You're trying to be a member of parliament for this area. Bukuya.
Yes. Yeah.
You've lived in the UK.
Yes.
For almost 20 years now.
Yeah.
You're going back to Uganda.
Yes.
To try.
Yes.
Become an MP.
I'm not trying.
Okay. You're going to be an MP.
Yeah.
The issue now is there are so many issues in Uganda. If you haven't been there, there are so many. The local people, for example, you have to open yourself to the local people. You have to have agents in the country. You have to have. There's a lot that you need to cover up because someone who has lived there, they would always think, hang on a minute, he's our son, but he's not one of us. In other words, he doesn't live with us. How do we know he's going to be honest with us?
Stephen, I'm very proud.
How are you going to do that to make sure that people get to know your intentions?
I am very proud to be a Ugandan.
Okay.
But at the same time, I'm very proud that I have had an opportunity to move away from Uganda for nearly 20 years.
All right.
20 years has been a roller coaster in my life in the UK. I've been able to have a family. I've been able to study. I've been able to travel and work. I've created employment for people in this country. At the same time, creating employment for the people back home in Bukuya, back home in Uganda as well as an investor. Talking about moving away from Uganda and working here, I'm also proud to be here or to have been here for 20 years.
Okay.
UK is a great country. It has given a lot to me and I'm very proud of that. But think about the international football tournaments when they come in. All these players, they come from Cameroon, Ghana, whatever. When it comes to international players,
they go home.
They go home. When they want to play for their communities or countries. Now, this is the center stage I'm taking now. I'm bringing all the expertise I've acquired. I'm bringing all the knowledge. I'm bringing all the friendship I've gathered around the world. So Bukuya is getting a finished product.
Okay, I can understand that. But
Uganda can use me the way you want me to to be used.
It's to get in. The issue I'm trying to look at is easier said than done. There has to be a plan for you to get in, because first and foremost, one of the reason why I'm asking that is that so many young men have left here and gone to Ghana Nigeria, and they have tried to be, one even tried to be a presidential candidate. Alistair, a friend of mine, was a presidential candidate in Nigeria, and he discovered it, because when I interviewed him here, he was telling me how difficult it is if you haven't lived there, because the people have formed alliances. Now, those alliances are very difficult to break if you haven't been there. That's the only thing I can see could hinder your membership. Sorry, you are becoming an MP.
The bid. I don't know whether you have followed me for quite a long period of time. When I come to this country talking about what I have done for the community, let's say, I'm a community leader. I've been a broadcaster for a long time. You know that very well. At the same time, I've engaged myself with a lot of community work, fundraising work, including the famous Tofari project. I'm the first person to have brought that. I invited the Katikiro myself with a team of enthusiastic people from all regions of UK. We managed to thank you very much.
All right,
we managed to fundraise for our kingdom. So I'm talking about this. It's showing you my capability to work with the people. I'm showing you my capability to stay in touch with the roots back home where I come from. By the way, I'm also a leader, a cultural leader as well. I'm the representative of our clan leader, Kasuja.
Here in London.
Here in London. All this, it ties in that I am in touch with the community. When I go back home, I've already engaged myself with the youth. I'm into sports. I don't know whether I've seen my projects with.
I've seen some of your pictures.
Pictures. We've got a long distance program we've been running. But at the same time, we are engaged also in health. We're building a medical center.
In Bukuya.
That is coming up very soon. We do projects with religious leaders, different groups like in Catholics, Islam. We are on ground. So
I come now to one of the most difficult questions that I've always politicians always find difficult to answer. And well, they always come around with all this. Whatever you're trying to say is very good, but funding is a major issue when it comes to elections. If one of the major reasons why the president has been so successful, or a political party when it's in power, is because it doesn't lack any funds. There will always be money. Now it comes down to those who are not and struggling to get their way. Now, becoming an MP in Uganda, or people even sell their land and houses just because they want to become MP so that they can fund their way into that. I don't know whether you've a pack of gold somewhere lying somewhere you've gathered from London here that you're going to go, that you're taking that pack of gold with you and sell your gold, and then you start becoming campaigning, because you've got to leave money here, you've got to leave money there, in order for you know, the way Africa is with the poverty and so on. You understand what I mean?
I do understand.
So,
totally.
Is your funding structure in place? Because I wouldn't want you to go there and become very disappointed when suddenly you run out of money. My friend Alistair ran out of money as well in Nigeria.
And he rang you?
Well, he didn't ring me but that was one of the reasons. He had to say, look, campaigning in Nigeria, for example, well, it might be different from Uganda, but it's still going to be, but money still has to be there. Can we have a brief on that so that at least people in
thank you. Thank you, Stephen. It's unfortunate that
Yeah.
Our president and the ruling government, they have monetized politics to this extent that everyone has to have sacks of money to get into a position of politics, of power. It's very, very absurd and very disappointing. However, the time I've spent in the UK, now in the diaspora, I've invested into social capital.
Social capital,
I'm relying on you, friends of mine. I'm relying on my family. I'm relying on people who are watching me, your viewers, to rally behind me. If I go to be a member of parliament in Bukuya, I don't go it alone. No. I want your viewers to understand exactly that. I'm not going to be a member of parliament predominantly for Bukuya.
Yeah.
But I'm actually going to address the issues of people in the
Ugandans
diaspora,
as a whole. Okay.
in the diaspora as well. Because the only point when you hear about the numbers of the people living in the diaspora, that's when they're talking about the money you're sending.
Of course, yeah.
But there are issues which are actually concerning us. Let's say immigration. Yeah. Do you know that yours? I don't know whether you've got children and grandchildren yet. Yeah.
I've got children, not grandchildren.
Oh, okay.
I think I have. Well, maybe I've got some grandchildren. Look, I'm just remembering now.
So it's very, very unfortunate.
Yeah,
all your grandchildren and your children,
Yeah.
they will not be Ugandans, not until they're 18.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the government has put bogus policies to deny them a chance to be Ugandans. Yeah? This is the point I want to bring to your listener or your viewers.
Yeah.
That it's the best time now to rally behind me, so that we get a bigger voice and a voice with.
There is a diaspora office. I think in the office of the president, there is an office. But we were urging. I remember a couple of years ago, so that they put the diaspora office in Parliament rather than put.
But are you sure that desk is actually working? That desk is not working. It's not representing the people in the diaspora.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have had a lot of things.
Or it could be for national resistant movement.
Listen,
it could be for the.
Those are bogus offices they have created to create offices and jobs for their own people.
Okay.
But if you're talking about the issues which concern us, we need somebody who has been a parent like me, who is seeking a position of power, a position where I can decide, a position where I can add my voice to other voices, but with an interest, special interest of the people I have been living with.
Okay.
If you're talking about immigration, it's a wider issue. You talk about dual citizenship.
Yeah.
Dual citizenship is not even allowed for those 18-year-old people. You must be 18 to apply for that.
To apply for it. But when you are younger, you can't apply for it.
You can't.
Your parents can't apply for it for
you. Can't. They cannot apply it for you.
Okay.
No. So if you talk about if you are mentally disturbed, mentally unstable, you are not allowed to go back to Uganda, my friend.
Really? If you have a mental problem?
When I was applying for my dual citizenship,
I
had to visit my general GP to actually find out whether my mental state is all right. Once I was cleared, they cleared me to enter Uganda again as a dual national. Yeah,
this is interesting.
So what kind of policy? Who makes these policies, and for who? It shows that the people who are making these policies, they don't represent us. They represent themselves. If you think about the struggles we go through to look for money and to invest back home, to send money back home, and then you think about that your property cannot be inherited by your own children.
When you don't have...
many of us are now dying at 50, 55, 60, because of the stresses here we go through. And then you die, and then your property, the person, the Senga you never wanted to be...
eventually takes it over.
They'll take over. And the distant relatives are going to take over your property. So such policies, we need to find out the way we can fight them. Those are bogus policies, stupid policies, which cannot help our people in the diaspora. So I'm not going to be a member of parliament for Kwe only.
For the whole of Uganda. But now, I want us to move now to the party.
Let me just add on one thing.
Okay.
I think if you think about Bukuya only, places like Karamoja, they've got ministers. Why can't we have a minister of, let's say, Bukuya and Kasanda? We produce 5 kilograms of gold, more than that, every single day. Okay. I tell you. But the local people don't actually gain from this. So at the same time, the people who are viewing me now, wherever you are, think about how can you help this man, James Muga, to get him, because I'm not going there alone. We are into this together.
You're great. Now, the reason why I'm looking at the party as well, National Unity Platform. Of course, we know about the president of the party, Charles Guranyi. He's been here a number of times and he's been here, obviously, even I think 2-3 weeks ago.
Yes.
People have looked at the party and they have said, okay, it's a very great party. It has a very good leader. It has people who are behind it, and they've tried to fight corruption in a way. But then there are no political giants within the party. You know, the old people who have been long into, you know, and the president being a younger person, people look at it and say, hang on a minute, if he's a younger person, what is he going to achieve if we put him in office? He has never been in any political, into public office, like a minister and so on and so forth. But suddenly he's faced with a massive country which has, say, $4-5 billion in 5-6 years time, or sorry, in a year's time. The Ugandan economy is worth over, I should say, 100 billion, more than that a year. There's a lot of money, even that has been invested in the country by foreign countries and so on. Suddenly, there is that huge amount coming in with a lot of responsibilities. If you've never handled such an amount of money, or been in a position where you're handling such an amount of money, or you're handling people in general, you're bound to find it difficult. That is even to you. That's what I can see. If you've never been a member of parliament, you've never worked in an administrative role somewhere, you can find this overwhelming in a way that it might even affect your mental state as well.
Stephen,
how is the party going to deal with this?
I don't want you to join the party of those people saying, we've got a job, but we need the experience of 7 years. But there is a post to be filled up. When I look at the current president, when he went to the bush, I don't think he had any experience.
He was a minister before. He had served somewhere in defense. When they came back with the liberators,
but he wasn't president.
No,
he had never been a president.
He has never been a president.
When he took over power, he ran all the way to Papua New Guinea to find this man Wapakabulu. Wapakabulu, they sat down to make the constitution of Uganda. He got all these people on board, the Dr. Chisekas, showing that you cannot build Uganda alone. You cannot build something mighty alone. You need a lot of people behind you to help you run the show. Right now, you cannot underestimate our president, Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. No. I think he has got an experience already to handle masses.
Because this is the second time,
Leave alone politics. Politics comes from a small setting which called a family. He's a successful family man. You have seen that one. At the same time, the party, as if you're talking about the NUP, National Unity Platform, is one of the youngest political parties in Uganda. But so far, we can see we have registered success. We can see we have had a lot of members of parliaments getting into the parliament. So you cannot underestimate the power of NUP and the people behind NUP. Including us. By the way, I am a full member of NUP. The other two things, I'm a follower of NUP. But I'm a supporter of NUP. So
all of them combined together.
All the three together. So because we've got some members who are just members. They don't follow the politics of the party. They don't follow the plans of the party. They don't follow the projects of the party. But I do all of them. I'm a member. I support and I follow.
The issue, the reason why I ask that is that when you look at NUP and you look at the youth who are behind the party, the youth mainly, the followers, you're looking at the younger within their 20s, the younger people within their 20s, and maybe the highest within the 30s and 40s. And then when you look at what would be like a shadow cabinet, everybody's young. Everybody's young. And that is where the question comes that if you've got a youthful party and youthful people, because the party is not even 10 years, I don't know whether it's 10, 15 years old.
Not yet.
Not yet. Now, it's a youthful party. So there is a generation like what Museveni did, as you said. He brought in those people to come in and have a look. I don't know, is there structure like that in place? That, for example, I give you as an example. When you become a member, when you finally elected as a member of parliament, is there someone behind you who might say, oh, I need to listen to this young old man? Or say, for example, like Bidandi Sali or any of these top former retired officials to guide you in a way. Because when you go in blindly, there are certain things that you may face, and you really need someone to advise you who has been in that position before.
Well, as when you talk about the...
you don't have anybody behind you, for example.
But I don't say...
Like elders, a couple of elders who have, you know, those people who have
always you need
political structure.
You need to consult.
Okay.
Yeah, when there's an issue. Yeah, but when you're talking about the membership of NUP,
okay,
predominantly yes, they are young ones in the party.
Okay.
Yeah, but this shows that politics has changed. Yeah, it is drifting away from the original
from the old people.
The setup you're thinking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is changing, but it means it's changing for the good. Yeah. The majority of Ugandans, as in generations, the young ones are more than the older generation now.
Yeah.
But don't underestimate these people. They think, they know. Some of them have studied.
Experience is the main issue. Even the Baganda have got that word where they say that what is this? Oh, I'm not becoming a Muganda more. The eye of an elder.
Yeah.
Where the black spot is what can be seen.
The books are there to be read.
Yeah, okay.
The books are there to be read. Yeah. Well, so we cannot specifically say just so and so be there for no yeah. Advisors are there, but at the same time, people they can actually read. Yeah. I was not there very much on Idi Amin's time, but I've read about Idi Amin
so many times,
and I know exactly. To compare Idi Amin with Museveni. Yeah. And I've had many hot arguments with my friends who actually just
lived during Idi Amin's time.
Yeah. So there you go.
The issue of the political parties in Uganda, and this is an issue that we've been trying to cover for quite some time, with corruption at its peak.
Yes.
And one of the things that we can't fail to address is corruption.
Yes.
You've read about the parliament, obviously. You've read even up to the speaker now is being prevented from, because of corruption. Is there something in NOP, or even in you, when if you at all, if God gives you the chance to be a member of parliament,
Bukuya,
sorry.
That's the thing I want to change. Because many people don't know the difference between Bukuya and Bukuya.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I come from Bukuya. Your viewers.
Bukuya. When you become a member of parliament of Bukuya,
yes,
corruption is a major issue, not just for Uganda, but the entire African continent. It's something which is like a cancer.
Yes.
A cancer which is killing us. And Mandela even said so, the late president of South Africa. He said, look, if Africa can get rid of that, then the sky is the limit. Now, how is NUP going to fight corruption? That's the need for the party. But you, as an individual, what do you think should be done in terms of in fighting corruption? What can be done? Because it's easier said than done.
First of all, I commend the efforts our president, Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, has put up already in fighting corruption and instilling sanity into our people, our leaders especially. We need to live an exemplary life if we are thinking about to be leaders. But at the same time, if you're talking about corruption as in a country, it is a big shame.
Oh, it is.
It's a big shame. Somewhere you even fail to talk about where you come from. When you read stories when a Speaker of Parliament of Uganda has been sanctioned. Not to travel here.
And the amount of money being mentioned, even in Ugandan
the
parliament
amount of money.
MPs were talking about the amount of money being spent.
So I think this is the point now. It's a turning point. It's a game changer now to to do a complete overhaul.
Yeah.
Overhaul of all government parastatals, all government departments, from the top.
Yeah.
Today, you're talking about a office of the president spending 2 billion a day.
Yeah, I know.
In one day.
Yeah.
And whereby we've got schools without not even a single classroom. They're studying under a tree. We're talking about somebody spending money from about the ones we have seen iron sheets.
And we've also seen, of course, the demonstrations in regards to the business people when they said the taxes were too high.
So when it comes to NUP, we have zero tolerance of corruption.
But how are you going to fight it? The key question is, it's easier to have it. But fighting it is another thing, because this is why Nigerians have failed. Because what happened is that the people, it's a cancer within. Now, if you try to do it, you may end up in prison, or you may end up being even assassinated.
If your listeners, or viewers, they want to clean up the country, they need to rally behind NUP.
Okay.
As simple as that. And I'm serious on this point.
But it has to have a policy that will clean it up.
We must have a position of power to put a policy. Nobody can put a policy on Facebook. Nobody will use social media to put up a policy. You need a position of power in Parliament, and you need a lot of voices together, including James Muga's voice there. I tell you.
So with your policies, is it going to be 10 years imprisonment if you are caught? Is it going to be execution or something? This is what people want to know.
Who knows?
How are you going to fight it? Because basically it's a cancer. How do you fight cancer? You have to go into hospital and then chemotherapy, and there has to be a kind of a guidance.
When it comes to cleaning up, all options can be on the table. But discussion is always important. But we need a very sober discussion, because we may end up executing our uncles and aunties. Yes, and all of them will go. So, but all options are open. Until we are in power, we see exactly what we can do. So if Mulindwa, you have got somebody in power and they have done these scandals, you may end up buying a few coffins.
Now there is a question of nationalism, which is maybe one of the problems that's killing not just Uganda but the rest of Africa. And I've always asked people who are in politics this question. Nkrumah talked about it for quite a long time, and he said, look, the former Ghanaian president, he talked about it for a very long time, and I said, look, unless we teach nationalism, we will never run away from individualism. Where you're teaching nationalism, it doesn't matter who is in office, as long as the country, you're all fighting for a country. That is what was taught here in the UK. That was what was taught in America and so on. They have nationalism. They are proud of being who they are. Now, we are not being told how to be proud. How do we create nationalism? When you look at the parties in Uganda, DP was founded on religion. UPC was founded on religion. And NRM now is founded on, I don't know, because at the moment, I don't know.
They have gone off the rail. If you're talking about nationalism,
I'm looking at NIP.
Never mention NRM.
NUP.
You'll be ashamed.
NUP. What is it founded on? Because we are looking at
Omega TV. They will boot you off this. If you're talking about NRM, you're talking about nationalism.
So how are you going to create nationalism in Uganda?
First of all, you cannot create nationalism when you are electing people or appointing people who are corrupt in position of trust. That is zero. A speak of parliament being sanctioned, and you're talking about nationalism. Of recent, I saw one guy, Chisacha Mukama, who was appointed to be a deputy RDC somewhere. This guy was caught on camera actually undressing in public, and was elected or appointed as such kind of things. When you appoint such people and you're talking about they are the people who are going to teach people nationalism, that is a zero. That is a no. So we have to go back to the drawing board. First of all, I believe nationalism, somehow part of it has to be born into you. You must be able to resist corruption. You must be able to resist wasting people, taxpayers' money. You must invest in sanity. People to actually understand and say, look, I am in this position to serve. Service delivery is failing.
The key thing is, how do you invest in that? Is it through education? Is it through, how do you invest in that?
I was coming to that.
Okay.
First of all, leadership levels, at all levels, we need to appoint the correct people.
All right. All right.
These correct people, these are ambassadors of hope. They are ambassadors of nationalism, true nationalism. A nationalistic person thinks above himself, and they actually deliver this message and transform it into what actually people are expecting you to do for them. So in a way, nationalism is not built like you can build a castle overnight and it's there. It is a process.
It is a process.
It's a process.
But the thing is, because it was never built in the 60s. It was never built in the 60s.
It's never too late.
But those who started became politicians in Uganda. Obote tried it at the beginning, but then he went off royal in the 60s, in 1966. So the structure which was being built at the time, the Baganda have got that in nationalism, in their Kabaka. In a sense, the way the Kabaka is worshipped. And someone can say, okay, there's nationalism in Buganda, where the belief is in the Kabaka, the belief is in the tribe, in the clans, and so on and so forth. But when you bring it to the entire country, it has to be in schools. It has to be in the other various end. That is why I'm thinking, if NUP is in office, how is it going to build this? It has to be built from the schools, or from the army, or from the, so that there is that element. It doesn't matter who is in office.
It starts
as long as you're doing something in the interest of the country. You're seeing this in Kenya now, and you're seeing it in Tanzania. Nyerere did a very good job in Tanzania. Even in, I think, in Zambia now, they are looking at how do we teach. The South African call it Ubuntu. You and me, there has to be that built.
If you think about building this, the simple ingredient, the main ingredient, it's not even actually simple, is the leadership first. Leadership first. That one, if you're boiling your pot for nationalism, put that ingredient first. The rest is going to be sorted. You have talked about the Kabaka. We have seen people who are from Mengo, who are not actually practicing what they're preaching. Once you get out of all those elements out of the way, you are trying now to start building nationalism. One day I had a friend of mine, we had a coffee somewhere, and I was talking about Idi Amin chasing the Asians away. Many people, including some of your viewers, they don't know the story behind chasing the Asians. I don't know whether you know this very well. It started with nationalism, a nationalistic president asking these Asians, say, look, if you want to be part of our process to build Uganda, take our citizenship. And he said to them, if those who have failed or refused to take up this, I'm giving you time to go.
He also learned that they were banking money outside the country. Anyway,
that's the issue. Because if he didn't love his country, he would just see it go. But he said, all this money should stay here. Because some of them stayed, including the Mukwanas, the Madivans, the people from Kesement's group, Alam group, all those people, the Asians, they stayed behind. So I'm going back to the level of nationalism into people's hearts. If we had the same with the NRM government, we wouldn't be in the same position today.
Of course not.
This is totally mess. This is a total mess. We need to overhaul. good enough, some of them have started dying, God forbid. Some of them will go naturally.
Yeah.
Some of them will go mental.
Yeah.
And some of them will just retire.
Yeah.
Like when they cannot talk anymore.
Yeah.
And then this insane people, the sanity will come. Sane people will come to deliver service to the people of Uganda. That's where we are going.
So when you look at it with the policies of National Unity Platform, the structure which is within the National Unity Platform, what would be the key ingredient of building it? The key ingredient, because it starts from unity. It starts from schools, right from schools. It starts from there should be bases where because even now within the National Unity Platform, I don't know whether you already have that unity within the, because you've already seen one of the MPs obviously about the bribe which you are taking and not stepping down and so on.
The thing is, whenever you have got more than 3 people within one room, there must be disagreement.
Of course.
If there's no disagreement, even if it's a marriage, that marriage, you have to check yourself. I like one good argument with my wife. I make up very well after that.
You're a very lucky man.
National Unity Platform is a younger political organization. I think success is already made. So there's big hope that there are more strides of hope and to build the party and to actually bring more policies. First of all, the zero tolerance to corruption is one of the key ingredients which is actually moving the party. And at the same time, unity is working, but we're working under a very difficult political arena. The ground level is not the playing field is not leveled. Even if you wanted to put up the policies in place, you might be stopped along the way. You can see that public gatherings they are being crumbled all the time, cracked down. Such kind of things, they are not helping to build up policies for young political organizations like NUP. And it is putting the country into a wrong direction. You have seen politics in this country, or other countries like this. People go and politic all around without anybody interference.
I know.
Such things we need to go and address.
Another thing which maybe NUP can be of help. I don't know how this can be done. Uganda has 529 members of parliament. This is a huge amount, and when you look at the whole entire England, United Kingdom, it has 690. But you're talking about 3 countries: Scotland, Northern Ireland, Wales, and of course England. That's why their numbers are high. And now, the cost of these members of parliament comes to closely to $2 billion a year in a year. This is enough money that can be built, of course, hospitals and other areas. Now, I don't know whether NUP has any idea. I know this might not be something for you, but if NUP has that in itself, or the president to say, okay, let's revisit the parliamentary seats and make sure that it's really ridiculous to have such a huge amount.
Stephen, I don't know whether you've been following the mushrooming constituencies in Uganda of recent. If you have been following very closely, the person who is actually gaining, or the party which is gaining from this mushrooming constituencies, is the NRM. The sole beneficiary at the moment. Because if you see the members of parliament in the map of Uganda, most of them are coming from the western region. And in the central, vis-a-vis the west and all the other parts of the country, the north, the east, and the central and the west, you will see that the numbers actually, if you're talking about a weighing scale, Uganda is actually tilting like this. With the numbers of members of parliament. But it goes back to the position of power. NUP cannot change this unless we are into power.
But you can state in Parliament and vote against it.
Absolutely. I'm against this. I'm against this.
Yeah.
But you cannot fight from Facebook or from Omega TV only.
Yeah.
You need somebody into there to fight within to change this.
Okay.
Yeah. This is a lot of money if you're talking about the expenditure we need
of
to
each MP. Yeah. It's quite a lot.
And the money we need to pump into schools, in health, in the roads department, you know. So, and some of these departments, they are not actually working. They're not delivering to the people. Talk about the National Road Authority. They wanted to scrap it. It's not delivering anything. It's actually delivering people's, you know.
Now, let's talk about something else as well.
Yes.
National Unity Platform and women. Women are a key element in terms of women in Uganda as a whole, not just the NRM or any other parties or something like that, but women have such a huge contribution in terms of education, and we've seen what NRM has put ministers and so on. And when we look at National Unity Platform and the number of women in positions within the National Unity Platform, there aren't so many women in certain positions. Could this be another element that may lose you elections as we go along? Because if they don't see their kind in positions.
First of all,
other than Namboze and I don't know who else, you have got, NUP has got very few women in positions.
I think let us start with this family setup.
Okay.
First of all, I thank our chairman Nyanzi, our Sabakuns of Uganda, for a very beautiful wedding you saw.
Yeah. Okay.
And a lot of people, MPs, aspiring MPs, and all peoples on different levels, they have come up with weddings, so they believe in their women, first of all.
Okay.
I told you the first politics you play it from home. That's leadership.
Yeah.
So NUP is actually believing in that politics, or right from the family setup.
Okay.
You have seen all the weddings we have shared with our people in the NUP. So but it's a first stage.
Okay, first stage. Yeah.
It's a first stage to move things into real practice of leadership in NUP. And maybe we should encourage our mothers and sisters to get involved in politics more. Yeah, that's when we shall identify.
They're already involved in politics with the NRM. NRM has got quite a lot of women in politics, leadership, and I think UPC to a certain extent. But in certain policies, you can see the cabinet ministers, various people, various people within the national resistance movement who have got positions even within the national resistance movement. But I'm trying to look at it from the noob point of view, and even maybe now, even you, as have you got campaign managers? Have you got people on the ground who are involved, who are women as well?
Well, starting with myself, my wife is my producer.
Okay.
My wife is my makeup artist.
Yeah.
My wife is
she's everything.
She's everything.
Yeah.
If you're talking about a journey of 1,000 strides, you start with
one step.
One step.
Yeah.
We're talking about talent now. We are sporting talents. That's why we are encouraging our mothers and sisters to get involved more in politics, so that we support these talents with these women. With this, well, I think we love women in NUP.
You do. Which positions? Which positions in a sense? Are these secretaries?
We've got
Dr. Secretary General?
Dr. Rodriga, she's there.
Yeah.
You have seen her. She's playing a very big part.
Okay.
In UP. So I think we need to encourage more to come on board. Not only Dr. Zeriga, but more people to come on board to be involved in active politics. That's when they'll be spotted, and then we need this talent to come on board to support the masses. Yeah.
Now, issues. Another issue which is quite important, the issue of looking at the generation, and looking at a generation that has, of course, has been with the schools and with everywhere, and with unemployment, with the where so many people are leaving the country, especially the youth, to go and work in various jobs abroad. What is the plan now? Because if you become an MP of Bukia, and you're faced with the situation of saying you got a youth unemployment of about 40% of the almost entire constituency is unemployed. What is it that you're going to start thinking straight away that can keep the people within, so they don't really have to go left and right?
First of all, we have got a big problem of brain drain. People leaving our country and not returning. And at the same time, we've got a problem with the government itself, because there's no policy which is supporting these people when they travel, especially to the countries where the rule of law and human rights is not followed properly, like the Arab countries. We've seen bad videos coming back from there. But if there was a very good policy,
No, leave this to the government now. You are looking at a wider picture of Uganda. But I'm looking at you now as a member of parliament in Bukia. And there's a suddenly issue in Bukia which you have to deal with, which regards that particular issue. Is there something that you're going to jump in straight away and say, look, in Bukia, I think we need a factory. We need this, so that that can create employment?
We need skills training with our people. By the way, don't take me wrong. No country has developed without the power of the diaspora people. All the major countries, including US, including UK, their people traveled away from here and they went.
And then they brought in ideas.
And they brought in ideas. But it has to be governed. It has to be followed properly. We need to train our people that you can actually even work from home. But you can go and bring back. But also, even if you have not traveled, especially you shouldn't travel to a country where human rights is not followed. No. But because of this policy, desperate young girls and boys, every single day you can see about 3 aircrafts full of them flying out. Last week I was in Uganda. I was seeing this with my own eyes. Whenever I pass through Entebbe airport, I see the same thing. When I become member of parliament, I need to work with the stakeholders in our region. Because I'm bringing all this expertise I'm bringing from abroad. I'm bringing the friendship, including you. I need your cameras and people to come. Say, look, we've had a project here of young girls or boys. We have trained them, this or that. Now, for instance, I've been training football coaches back home, in different areas. Even next week, we've got another session going on. We are going into medical. We are looking into young girls jumping on courses like midwifery. Good enough, my wife she's medical. So I told you she's.
You must. You must be very proud of her.
Yes. So skills training is key on my agenda. When I talk about the people where I come from, it is with passion that I talk about Bukuya, because we have been denied all chances to be us. One day I was broadcasting with the Prime Minister of Uganda, and I was asking her why our road is not mended from Nyanza to the place where I come from. She said, Mwalonda Bobi. You didn't vote properly.
You didn't vote properly, that's why.
But even she didn't know that the member of parliament in that region was from NRM. I said, look, do you know the area MP of that area?
She didn't know,
She didn't know. So it shows that we have been left behind because nobody bothers about us. So this is the time. I think James Mugai is a game changer.
Robert Chaguranyi has said a lot of things, and the youth and the outside countries, and everybody's looking at him.
Yes.
And the issues, there are so many issues that have been put forward, and very little is known. Okay, he's a very good campaigner, which is done very good. And this issue is being addressed now here. Is the issue of gays and lesbian and gays and rights. Uganda voted, obviously. It doesn't need it. And it has been a major issue into this country. Now, I don't know whether you know any policies regarding this as far as INOP is concerned, because somewhere along the way, now they've even started showing photographs of somebody dressed in Noop's t-shirt.
I've not seen that.
I've seen a t-shirt, someone dressed in Noop and saying, oh, I support Noop, but I'm gay and lesbian, I'm LGBT and so on. But I'm also being prosecuted by the party. Well, I don't know whether this...
Luckily...
Which sort of... Where does the party fall as far as this is concerned?
Stephen,
because,
I'm very lucky. I'm a straight guy.
Yeah.
I'm married, and it's not an issue to anyone.
Yeah. No, it isn't.
I don't broadcast it anyway.
Of course. Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
Why should that one be an issue?
Well,
and at the same time, NUP, I've told you, many of our people, they are marrying fellow, women.
Of course,
not men.
Well, I think the major issue is this, because the Western countries have put it forward as a major issue in terms of the World Bank giving Uganda aid. The World Bank.
I think, to me,
do we see ourselves being forced to accept this when the NUP takes over government?
I think that is bad politics. At the end of the day, a nation has got, if all the arms of the government are working, the nation decides what to do with themselves. So at the end of the day, that shouldn't really matter.
Be an issue at all.
That's bad politics, and money should not be attached to whatever side you follow. I'm married to a woman.
That's what okay, let's look at the post-Museveni generation. The issue that we've been discussing of nationalism, Pan-Africanism. A university professor, Makerere University, said, look, this thing will create a success or a failure of a nation. Because if it's not put at the forefront, if we're looking at the post-Museveni generation, say for example, Museveni doesn't win the next election, and we got a new person in office, how are we going to view Museveni as the former president, as a president in the past? How are we going to view him, and how are we going to look at his success and his failures? Because now, more or less, we look at his failures, but he's got successes as well, that he has succeeded over the last 40 years almost in office. I
don't know whether you remember the 10-point program of the NRM.
1986 when they came into power,
when they came in with those 10-point program, everyone was loving Museveni and his NRM. Along the way, things have changed.
Of course,
The Museveni of that time, if you put them together with the Museveni of today,
they're two different Musevenis.
They will not sleep together in the same room. The Museveni after he is gone, he has killed a lot of generations, to come. He has killed the education. The system is totally done. His children and grandchildren, they will never be able to talk with our children and grandchildren. Because totally they are different people in the same nation.
What we count as his success and what we count as his failure. Because we're looking, when you fail, people look more at your failures than they look at your success. Because I remember Michael Jordan, the basketball player, he was once saying, look, the more and more times I failed, they looked at the times when I failed. But when I succeeded, they started looking at, they don't. Now, are we looking, because what happened in the past and what happened today, how are we viewing that?
I think in that position, I would rather you have somebody speaking for the NRM, because I don't see what...
I don't see any success, even from 86.
I'm sorry, I liked the 10-point program. I was following, I've read part of the Mustard Seed until I just...
Mustard Seed, the book he wrote,
I didn't want, because it was edited too much, the two versions though. He lied, and then he changed again, So he has not ruled Uganda with trust. He has ruled Uganda with selfish motives.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
By the way, he's actually killing our indigenous tribes. He doesn't believe in tribes. I do believe in tribes because this is our identity. He's killing the languages. Yeah. Uganda is getting off the menu. Not only Uganda, but even other languages because they have been taken off the syllabus of Uganda. Yeah. Now that is a problem.
Yeah.
Once a language is gone, that means even the people speaking that language are gone.
Yeah.
And so is the country is gone. Yeah. So the Museveni you're talking about, for me to mention success on international television like this, I'll be actually lying to my people of Bukuya. I don't think I am that person.
You,
no.
You don't see any success.
I'm sorry, maybe I need your glasses.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I said to you before when we're starting the program, I'm very proud to come from Uganda. I'm a very proud Ugandan.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm proud to be in this country, UK. The way I see, look at life is different from when I was in Uganda. If at all I had not traveled, I wouldn't see the way I see things today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
This country is good. It has given me so much.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Uganda is my mother country.
Of course.
As well. You know.
Of course. Yeah.
So I have to tell you. Let me speak to the camera.
I like you're becoming a preacher now.
No.
Yeah,
I don't want to preach at all.
Yeah.
It's very, very important to understand that the generation now we're talking about has not seen any success of the Museveni generation. Yeah, they will tell you that they have brought the internet.
Yeah.
Yes, they will tell you they have brought FMs. They will tell you things like that. Yeah? But a nation grows anyway, regardless of any other. All we need is governance, good governance.
Okay.
A good Uganda, fair for everyone. A fair Uganda for the Bukuya people I want to represent. That's the Uganda we're looking for. But a Uganda of saying, I've brought the eclipse in Uganda, it will not work with the people. We need service delivery only. And by the people don't need a lot of things to live here alone. Roads, so that if I'm engaged in agriculture, my produce is getting on the market.
Get to the market,
The good market is there. When I sell my stuff, I go back home. We need peace still.
Of course. But would you two attribute peace with him?
But how many people are languishing in prison?
Okay.
Is that peace?
No. Okay. Okay, I get your point.
If somebody is supporting a political group, is it crime? It shouldn't be a crime.
It's not a crime, man. It's not a crime.
We need that governance. That bad politics has to be stopped. How is it going to be stopped? Not by gun. That's the barbaric. We don't want that anymore.
Of course.
We want rule of law and change of policy, and that is good governance. And that's the thing I would like to bring on board when I become the member of parliament of Bukuya.
Okay. The steps ahead. 2026 is shortly arriving. Is on its way.
Yes.
And I can see the steps that you're trying to take now, all the way. The people of the area, Bukuya, and what you intend to do them. You've already done that, this and that, as you're trying to put it forward. But I still come back to the sense that what are you looking for in terms of ensuring that it's actually you they're going to elect as a member of parliament? Is there any big assurances that you're going to create? Because this is what most of the people look out for. You may go into all the issues that are happening in the village, on the village level and the areas. But then again, there will always be that element. Talk about something big that you're going to bring into this area.
Okay, number one, Uganda does not stop in 2026.
Of course not.
No. Uganda is going to continue even after 2026. What we are looking for is the good talent for Bukuya and Uganda. We want the new Uganda, which is full of rule of law and good governance, service delivery. So when we are ending, I just want to say, Bukuya, you've got a finished product. It's coming to you. Uganda, you can use me the way you want to use me. I am there for service. Thank you for the program. Thank you.
I just want to say thank you. I just want to say thank you very much for coming and
Thank
telling
you.
us all about it. And I do wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
You know, and your endeavors to become the MP for Bukuya. And I wish you all the best. I just want to say thank you very much for being with us. And I do hope that we'll be together again for another edition of Africa Speaks. May God bless you all.
Thank you.